Alright, so this is going to be our first Ace Anime Review Wednesday, where we just talk about whatever anime we're watching. I'm Ace Ferret King. I'm the founder of Ace Anime Reviews. My pronouns are he and him, and eventually I'll get around to actually putting stuff on the Patreon page. Now you guys introduce yourselves.
I'm the newest writer for Ace Anime Reviews. I use they, them pronouns. And I'm the reason that the other writers are writing reviews, because I keep bullying them to.
Thank you for that. I didn't want to have to be the one to do them every week. I'm glad I only have to write once a month.
Mm-hmm. It's that. February's very short.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, Charlie, you're up.
Charlie, my pronouns are they, him, and I'm the one who used to do most of the reviews before Haley signed on.
Oh, yeah. I like how the newest person always picks up all the work and then somebody else comes and they just kind of slack off. Like how when Finn started, she was doing most of them, and now I think she did 2 this season?
She's done 2 or 3, but she's also trying to get an entire light novel read in the next 24 hours so that she can have a review up by Friday.
Oh, how long are those? They're about the same length as an Animorphs book. You can crank that out in a few hours.
Well, she had 200 pages left at like noon. So.
Oh, it's a long book.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus. Well, I'm bringing up the Tumblr because I figure we'll just scroll through, and do them backwards based on whatever we're doing. Okay, and we need to talk. I guess we need to. But we need to promote the site. I forgot about the itinerary that I gave you guys. Right, yeah. AceAnimeReviews.com is, as it sounds, on the tin, an anime review site, but we also talk about video games and light novels and whatever the hell else we feel like. Most recently, we do post one actual article or review a week. The most recent one is from Noah, and they wrote a review of, what was it called?
I Like Life of the Villainess. It's called Tropes and Treacle in England.
Yes, that was it. I forgot what I watched that anime and I completely forgot the title. There's been a lot of I've noticed, like, because I read a lot of webtoons, and there's been a lot of copies of that, of somebody waking up in a book as either the villain or an extra.
Yeah, it's a fairly common, I can't call it a twist, but it's fairly common these days.
Like the best
one.
one.
More desirable than being heroin, I suppose.
Yeah, the best one is on webtoons right now, and it's called First Night with the Duke. I'd recommend it. There's one on Lezen, however you pronounce it, called something about a villain. But that one you have to spend money to get past a certain chapter. But it's nice. And
it's a light novel or a manga?
It's a web comic, which is it's a webtoon. It's a web comic. Most of them are Korean, but there's some that aren't. See what it's called.
Like if there's a light novel you want to get your hands on, I know a place.
Oh, I don't really read light novels because most of them are only online, and I cannot read online at all. It's just like my brain will not focus. Like I got it's called Princess Villainess. And that's the one where she wakes up as the villain in a book that her sister wrote.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Sorry, I don't know if you guys can hear that beeping. It's my phone.
Cannot.
Okay, good. But yeah. And we do have a Patreon. We don't have really a lot going on from that because we just started. Basically.
Patreon.com/n/AceAnimeReviews, all in words.
Ace Anime Reviews, all one word. Patrons, the new patron will always get a shout out at about this point in our little chats. And then if you join at a $1 tier, you can vote on which light novel Finn reviews each month, as well as anything else we decide to do voting for. At $5 a month, you get access to our Discord. And then $10, you'll be entered into a monthly sweepstakes, so you can join us on one of these chats.
pretty girl.
No, I hear Charlie talking to Tiger Lily.
Nope, you hear me talking to Virgil.
Oh,
So,
do I? All three of us sound alike. It's gonna be really hard for people to tell us apart.
oh, they'll learn.
Yeah,
I learned to tell the McElroys apart, they can learn to tell us apart.
I guess. I've never learned to tell
I'll be the
McElroys
loud
apart.
one.
I can tell Travis apart from the other two, but that's because his voice is very distinctive.
I can tell Travis apart from the other two because he's my favorite.
Oh yeah. Alright, so that's all the boring stuff out of the way. Now we can talk about anime. And I'm just going in backwards order from when these are posted, which means first is the idol anime. None of us like idol anime, but we still cover them. And I don't know about any of y'all, but since I am the boss, I do watch everything, even if I know I'm not gonna like it, which means I have watched all of these frickin' idol anime. Gekka did not really strike me as being much of an idol anime. It's more like a basic acting club deal. You know?
And you add in the whole technological hologram, whatever the fuck, and it crosses into the idol.
Yeah, probably. Like, yeah, but so they're trying to do something new with it, which I appreciate, but I don't trust the idol anime trying to be new and different because after Nanabu no Niju did me dirty. I just the only good idol anime is Zombieland Saga, and I will never trust another one ever again.
Yeah.
And
I do appreciate that this season there was no excessive sexualization of children.
oh, that's always nice. Well, I mean,
It's always a plus.
yeah, that's always. I mean, like if you like titties and you want to look at some titties, that's fine. And most of the time when you're seeing when you're seeing like a 16-year-old boot and stuff that they do use for fan service, like it's upsetting to us as adults, but most of the time those are in anime that are directed towards an audience about the same age as the characters. So it's about probably on the same moral level as those teen dramas that always have a lot of sex scenes and stuff, but people kind of let it slide because the actors are 20. And like the animators and the voice actors are all in their 20s and 30s, so you know it's I'm not a fan of it because I'm gay, so the titties don't do anything for me. So if there's nothing but titties, I'm bored, which is why I get really nitpicky when I have to cover a fan service anime. But I mean, like you do you. If you like that kind of stuff, then I guess it's fine. Let's see, we got Aichu. Yeah. And then Aichu is boring. Like after I watched it, I asked Charlie if they knew who Monokuma was, and she had, and they didn't. But that's just because the principal dresses like a teddy bear, which is the only interesting thing about it. That and one of the guys just cannot sing at all, which is bold. But like most idols in idol anime are not good at singing. Like it's one of the Dream bands. Like one of their selling points is that they're actually good at music. And then there's idols, which yeah, I guess that's one of those ones with all the over-designed males, which are sometimes interesting, but usually they're like I like Bungo Stray Dolls and I like Stray Dogs, sorry, and I like Nandoka, but other than that, they usually kind of miss me. I'm not into that. And idols, which the animation is weird. Apparently, it's motion capture. That's why it looks like that. So
It's so very awkwardly CGI.
yeah, it's motion capture, which I actually kind of found myself digging it a bit more, just because the way like they talked was more like how actual people talk instead of the little squeaky like kawaii kind of thing. That yeah. Yeah, a bit like that. Like, I'm not even into a lot of those. I'm subscribed to all the Hololives, and I think I only watch maybe 1 out of every 10 of their videos. Partly because they're really long, you know, because I don't actually attend streams that often. And then Idoli Pride, which apparently had 1 star on Funimation, which got the guy from Mother's Basement, his hopes up that it would be entertainingly bad, but it's just kind of okay. I think the 1 star is just fanboys annoyed that there's a boy in it.
Hey, Charlie, do you remember my cookie? That's not a question I should ask over a stream. Never mind. I didn't say anything.
Okay.
I feel like I'd only try better than the other one.
Yeah, like it's
Because they were very gonna kill off this idol in the first episode. And
Yeah.
just where it goes.
and also they have a girl child talk to a boy child about her own age. Usually idol fanboys and moe fanboys cannot stand that, which is why usually if you see a guy in an idol or moe anime, he's either a dad or a little brother. Or you'll have someone like in Non Non Viori where their brother never talks. Because, those kind of fanboys, they like to cater to the most insecure, obnoxious, toxic fanboys in their face. For whatever reason. Alright, and then next up we have Wonder Egg Priority. Did either one of you watch Wonder Egg Priority?
No.
Oh, you should. It's delightful. It reminds me of Flip Floppers, which is one of the nicest things you could possibly say about any anime.
It reminds you of what?
Flip Flappers.
I haven't seen that one either.
Oh, you should watch that too. It's also delightful. It's a magical girl anime that really likes to play with the medium, and also it's super gay.
Ooh, I love gay.
Oh yeah. And Wonder Egg Priority kind of also does that, where it drops you up into this kind of. Actually, another thing it reminded me of is another webtoon called Beetle Hands, where that's a horror comic, where the main just gets dropped off. I should be playing this game. Gets dropped into this weird horror thing where things are chasing them, and there's lots of symbolism and stuff. And you don't really get any explanation of what's going on for quite a while, and that's kind of also what Wonder Egg is kind of like. Cause like I have no idea what the hell's going on. Just something about bullying and saving girls who committed suicide because they were being bullied, and if she does that, then her friend will come back to life allegedly, which I don't buy that. I don't trust the bug, but but it seems like it's gonna be a good one. I'm looking forward to the next episode. Yeah. And then we have the Surfing Boys anime.
One where the main character decides that his whole life purpose is surfing after seeing a very cute classmate surfing.
Oh yeah, that was
But
super
it's
good.
not-
You can't even really claim that he'd never seen a surfer before because his annoying friend with the ukulele is a surfer.
The ukulele has been offering to teach him how to surf for years,
Yeah.
allegedly.
So
And he's
obvious.
always said no.
Yeah, so clearly the only reason he suddenly changed his mind is because this other guy was super hot. What does this do?
Oh, it's not because he's super hot, it's just because surfing looks so cool all of a sudden.
Oh yeah, that's it. Sure. He didn't have a sexual awakening at all.
Yeah, I mean, his boy crush can't be given any credit, but they didn't even bother to teach him how to swim first.
Yeah. I mean, like, if you can only doggy paddle, you have no business trying to swim in the ocean. You will die.
It's ridiculous. I can't wait to see how this comes back to haunt them.
Oh, yes. And, let's see. But while we're talking about that, we should probably talk about the skateboarding animes, just because surfing and skateboarding kind of go hand in hand. They're very similar.
Infinity?
Oh yeah, that one's great. That's gonna be my one sports anime this season.
It looks great.
Yeah, the only time I've ever watched more than one sports anime in a season was whenever Yuri on Ice was going, because it also had Keijo, and Keijo was delightful. But yeah, that one's really good. I'm looking forward to that.
It is. It's very pretty too.
Oh yeah.
Like, I don't know, I like skateboarding. I don't do it, but I have a sense of balance, but it's fun.
Yeah, when I heard about the skateboarding anime, I thought it was gonna be like doing like half pipes and that kind of extreme sport kind of thing, but there was a little bit of that, but not really.
to have a minor. No. I don't think I saved before I closed The Sims 4.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
No. Yes, I am. I am going to have it after the stream. Okay, no, I'm safe. I just realized that I didn't remember saving, so I wanted to check.
Okay.
But I did, so we're fine.
Oh, the worst thing that can happen from forgetting about your Sims is that they all die.
What?
I said the worst thing that happens from forgetting about your Sims is that they all die.
Is that the worst thing that happens? I know some Simmers for who that's the entire goal.
Yeah.
And I don't know them personally. I don't know some.
I know. Well, the whole point is that you kill them. They don't die accidentally. But, or that they destroy something that you like having. Alright, well next up we have Kimono Jihen, which does right everything that Dr. Ramane did wrong. It's great. I
You
love it.
mean there's something that Dr. Sprice didn't do right?
No? What? Oh yeah, Dr. Sprite wasn't a masterpiece? No, it was not. It was awful.
Can't be true.
Yeah, and I've already pretty much said my piece, but my biggest, because after sleeping on it, usually when I get real mad at the premiere, I'll sleep on it and then I'll be kind of okay with it. But with Roman, I can't get over the fact that he took away an abused child's one of their most important survival techniques. Like kids in abusive households need to be able to lie. Like it keeps them from dying. You know?
He did what?
Yeah, he gave her a teapot that forced her to tell the truth to her mother, whom he already knew was abusive. Because he told her that her mom said that she wasn't allowed to cry or laugh and had to say it when she was acting.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And then at the end, he meanwhile in Kimono Jihen, they had a sorry, I'm trying to focus on too many things all at once. He comes to the main character comes to a place where he can tell right away that the kid is being mistreated, and he immediately interferes himself into the situation in order to keep him safe, even though he was technically hired to kill him. But he ends up not doing that because he compulsively adopts kids, apparently. So
That's cute.
yeah, and then in Dr. Ramane, he interferes directly in the end, which means that he could have done so from the beginning, which as a medical professional he should have done. Like, I don't know if it's different. Yeah. I don't know if Japan has mandated reporters like America does, but he should have the child welfare or whatever it's called on speed dial for situations like that. Like, the fact that he just let her go and put her into more danger just really rubbed me the wrong way.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Oh yeah, and then next we have XR. My computer, my PS4 was having some connection issues during the middle of that, and I never finished it because it did not strike me as something particularly interesting. For XR, yeah, I was not into it. Would Charlie cover that one? Did you have
I haven't seen.
Yeah.
I haven't seen most of the premieres that I didn't cover just because I've had to devote so many brain cells to not destroying my computer every time I load up Crunchyroll.
Yeah. Do you have any other thoughts on X-Arm after watching it?
Just watch Ruby.
Just watch Ruby?
I don't even watch Ruby, and you should just watch Ruby.
Oh, I watched the H-Bomber guys did a big, long, 3-hour takedown of Ruby, so I kind of don't want to watch Ruby.
Ruby gets a lot better, apparently.
I don't think he actually watched the later seasons because a lot of his complaints do tighten up. Like,
Well, I think,
I hate to say this, but after Monty died, they do get a lot stronger narratively.
I think maybe it's just because it took him so long to write and make the video that another season came out after he was done. Oh, I lost. Look at that. That's my first loss. See how many more I do. Usually when I'm doing raid duels, I'll lose 3 times and then switch a character. Alright, what do we got next? Moosh. We got Jabba's reincarnation next. Did you watch that one, Haley?
That one,
Charlie.
Yeah, I know that was.
it gets better in the manga, so
Yeah.
I'll try and give it a few more episodes.
Yeah, like him being a perv was kind of weirding me out, but he's voiced by the same guy who voices Gintoki in Gintama, so I started imagining that it was literally Gin-san, and it suddenly became the funniest thing I'd ever seen. And I'm just willing to stick with it just for that.
His mom.
Well, that was like briefly. Like he's not immediately gonna code switch into thinking of this person as his mom. Especially when he's 34 and already has a mom. So I mean, I think it's fair that it was. I mean, and we didn't really see him perving on her after that one initial thing. Like once he realized that's his mom, he kind of very swiftly stopped.
Yeah.
Though I mean, like a toddler.
Every other kid is female shaped baby.
Yeah, and he's not sexually mature, so really, like I can see him being still kind of interested in the idea of sex, but he shouldn't actually be getting sexually aroused. Just like physically, biologically, he should not be capable of it. But okay, next up we have Porymia, which is cute.
I like all the other characters in that anime better than the main character, which is fairly typical for an isekai.
Oh, on a double, yeah. But yeah. But moving on to Hortensia, which is adorable, and the main
Cute as hell.
the guy is bisexual, which is cool. Like
I love this.
Like you can't even argue that he's not, because the fact that he had an immediate response to you should date this guy means that was well, we would make a good couple means that he's considered it. So, you know, apparently it does get kind of like just like a little warning that it does get kind of like dealing with like sex and kink and stuff later on. I don't know if you probably knew about that, but I'm gonna let you know now. But it's handled in a pretty good, pretty much as well as it can be for something aimed at teenagers. So, yeah. Oh, next ones we have here, Dr. Ramune, which I said my piece on, and Skate the Infinity, which we also talked about. It's very good. It's a good show.
You talk about Skate the Infinity some more.
Oh, sure. I like it.
No, I was joking. It is. It's good. I liked how they showed. Oh fuck, I'm blanking on his name. Cute Canadian boy getting the hang of skateboarding by duct taping his feet to it and then pretending it's a snowboard.
Yeah, like you probably could have gathered that he was a snowboarder even if you hadn't seen that. Like the only indication they told you that he was a snowboarder was the picture of him, and then somebody saying it later on. But you could probably, like, it doesn't seem like it comes out of left field just from the way that he stands on the board and the way he, like, his posture, even if you don't know anything about snowboarding, which I don't. Like, I think I would have got that he was a snowboarder even with that all, even then. It's so good. Bones
would have been Box saying, "Oh, he's a snowboarder."
Oh yeah, Bones is good shit. I don't know if they've ever done a bad job. And he also looks like the guy from the skating anime. Should we talk about the skating anime real quick? I just want to.
Are you talking about the skate leading stars?
Yeah, I just want to. Hold on, where's that one joke I made on Tumblr about it? I'm just quote that. It's a couple days ago.
Skate leading stars is bad.
Oh yeah, it's real bad. It's got like half the freaking cast is that annoying bastard that's in every sports anime that acts like their stupid game is the most important thing in the world.
Again, that wouldn't necessarily be a breaking point for me, but like, they end the first episode by committing crimes.
I
And then
know!
there's nothing to build on that, right?
I know, but it's just you know, it's just boys being boys, just committing some assault and kidnapping and unlawful imprisonment and identity theft and fraud and plagiarism. But you
It
know.
was just for fun. Nobody should
Yeah.
ruin their lives over this.
And then, yeah, like every other character is that asshole who wants to act like their freaking dumb game is the most important thing in the world. It's like nobody even knows what skate leading is. Is that different from figure skating or not? The anime doesn't feel like explaining it, and like it assumes I'm supposed to know.
Skateboarding is just team figure skating.
Oh, that's lame. Like
It's like
Stars Align kind of did.
nice bed.
Yeah, Stars Align kind of did the same thing with soft tennis. Like, what the hell is soft tennis? Turns out it's just the tennis equivalent of softball. But
Amazing.
But to see the difference between Stars Align and Skate Leading Stars is that Stars Align was good. I'd love for there to be a second season of it someday, but yeah, that was a good show. So I had more patience for that kind of thing than others might have. But yeah. Also, I hate that kid who's in every freaking sports anime. They need to stop with it. And there's another reason why Wave is so good is that
kids like that.
yeah, it's another reason why Skate the Infinity and Wave are good, and I actually recommend Wave even though I'm not gonna watch any more of it, is that they don't have that guy. Everybody there is there to have fun. Like, yeah, Skate's got that. The closest they have is that clown guy, but he's not like trying to ruin anybody else's good time. He's just being a kind of a jerk. Like he doesn't act like. No, he doesn't like. Yeah, he just throw bombs, but he doesn't like. What am I trying to say?
Are you talking about the guy who broke Recky's arm after burning his
like I don't mean like he's not trying to ruin anybody else.
Routinely throws actual explosives.
No, I mean like he's not. He doesn't.
Is that the one you're saying he's just having a good time?
Oh, he's having a wonderful time. Like what I mean is like he's not acting like somebody having fun playing a game is somehow lessening the gravitas of skateboarding.
It's true. He's just risking everyone's lives for his good time.
I know, and it's delightful. It's fun to watch. I like that guy.
I mean, yes, as a villain, he's very fun to watch.
Oh yeah.
Their insistence on referring to him as the anti-hero is a little
No, he
off-putting.
insists on referring to himself as that. And then, but yeah.
Oh.
Ah yes, and next is the hitting dungeon only I can enter. I quit that one in 5 minutes because the boobies went boing and that gives me an excuse to quit.
I don't remember anything about this.
The title, it's one you watch.
A girl chained up in a dungeon.
Oh yeah. The title makes me feel like there should be a joke about his wife's vagina. That's the hidden dungeon only he can enter. So I'm not surprised that it turned out to be edgy.
That would be funnier than anything in the actual episode.
Yeah.
Teenagers are boring.
Oh yeah, they kind of are. I mean, most anime is about teenagers, but
Maybe we're just too old.
maybe. Next is Solo and Spider, So What? I like that. I like that one. Fen was very quickly to Fen was very quick to jump into my messages on Tumblr to defend the potato. Said that Shun is a good boy. So, but Fen isn't here to defend Shun anymore, so I'm going to continue calling him a potato. If Fen had a problem with it, she'd be here. So, and it is basically that time I got reincarnated as a slime, which had its second season premiere and is still good. And that's all I got to say about that.
I keep meaning to look into that one, and then I get started by other things.
It's good, but it's not worth sitting through 24 episodes to get caught up. Like, you could probably just watch the first episode and skip to the most recent one and lose very little.
Does that have an English dub? Because then I can just put it in while I'm doing other things.
I think it does, probably. You can check on Funimation. They probably have the dub if it's got one. And,
That's good.
yeah.
I was
My
so
one...
heartbroken when I discovered that The Grace of the Gods wasn't fully dubbed yet.
Yeah, my one issue with,
I had such a good time with it.
get good and watch it in Japanese.
Yeah, well, my one issue with Slime Time is that after he names them and they evolve, they often become less monstrous and more like very generic anime hot, which is kind of boring. Like the guy who writes it, who did the character design, clearly does not understand the appeal of Monster Cross. See, next we have Scar on the Praetor, which who keeps giving Gohan's money? I imagine
who knows?
people
Probably
who
same people who gave Peter Grill money.
probably people who like So Bad It's Good stuff because it's real bad. Like it reminds me of that one review that what's his name, Ebert, something that Roger Ebert said in his review of Battlefield Earth, where he's like something along the lines of that the director has seen in other movies that people like to tilt the camera, but he doesn't know why. But he thinks it looks cool, so he assumes that if he tilts the camera all the time, that it'll make his movie look cool. But with Gohan, what they do is that they've seen that people will move the camera in certain ways, and it'll look cool. So if they keep the camera moving constantly, eventually, by accident, they'll have stuff that looks cool. But what they fail to realize is that cinematography is like the score, where it's as much a part of the storytelling in a visual medium as the dialogue. So if you just do that stuff constantly...
Movie scores are copy-paste anyway.
Yeah, so if you do that stuff constantly, it just overwhelms the audience with too much information and becomes meaningless. So, you know. You can have stuff with constant camera movements and scores and have it work well, but the thing is that when it works well, it's because the people who are doing it know what they're doing. The people who make Handshakers and Scar on the Praetor and all these have no idea what they're doing. They're just trying to accidentally make something good and failing miserably every time.
Well, one of these days they'll succeed, and then they'll use that to continue failing to make something good.
Yeah, and this is like their third or fourth series. They would have started learning by now if they were actually listening to people. But instead, they seem more like that really pretentious guy in art class who's insisted he's a genius and people just aren't ready for him yet. When in actual, he's just a pretentious idiot who doesn't know what he's doing. So yeah. Next is Back Arrow. The one where the guy with the haircut. Yeah, it was. That was one I was kind of on my phone for most of it, but the guy was entertaining.
I wish he had put the underwear on before tossing them aside and getting his nice little mat.
Yeah,
That would have been ideal.
would have been interesting. I'd probably watch the second episode. I imagine, because I wasn't really paying. To be honest, I wasn't really paying attention to Other Side Picnic either. But I watched the second episode and enjoyed it immensely, so I imagine that I'll probably have the same thing happen with Back Arrow. Because sometimes I just get really distracted by my phone. You know how it is.
Yeah.
And the next is Bottom Tier character Tomazaki. That show looks pretty,
Boring.
but I'm not invested. I don't imagine it's going. It might be good. It could surprise you. I might give it 3 episodes, but I don't know.
Looks pretty, but it's not worth it.
Yeah. Next is we have the volleyball anime. That's one that looks. That's another show, probably a good show, but it's about volleyball, and volleyball is bad, and I hate volleyball, and so I'm not gonna watch it. Same reason I won't watch Haikyuu, even though I hear that's a good show, because I don't like volleyball. Volleyball is unwatchable. So yeah. Also.
They're gonna do a volleyball as a background thing in the new volleyball anime, and it's not gonna work.
It's like Haikyuu meets Stars in Line, and it also has the problem where the dude agonist is that motherfucker. who acts like it, like tells him you're ruining your life. It's like, bitch, he's 15. Who cares if he takes it? He doesn't have to take anything seriously. He's got 70 years of life ahead of him. He's
Please.
yeah, he's fine. Like, if anyone's ruining their life, it's the person who is pushing his body really hard at a young age, so that by the time that he becomes an actual adult, he's going to be in pain all the time. But yeah.
The worst thing about high school sports.
Yeah.
I miss being able to move without my knees killing me.
Oh yeah. Well, so do I, and I didn't play sports. Next we have Heaven's Design Team, which is just absolutely charming.
It's amazing.
Yeah. The only
It's
negative
so silly.
The only negative thing I've seen anybody say about it is that one of the characters is a trans woman and she's played by a cis man.
Who?
The lady with the purple hair is a trans woman and she's voiced by a cis man. Yeah, the lady who likes birds. I would have liked to see them show the ping pong sponge, and it's because it just showed that it was approved, but it was invented as a tree. So I would think, and a lot of people don't know about ping pong sponges. So I think that it's a deep sea sponge. That's where God put it, was underwater. But they didn't show that in the anime, and I think they should have. Hey, look, I won!
Yay!
Yay! You think
Are you still fighting the bandit, the American?
I'm still playing as the bandit Pete, yes.
Hello, American.
You think I would be doing better in Wookiee, but I'm not.
How long has you played this game?
Since it came out, I don't play ranked duels very often, which is why I'm down so low, despite having every character unlocked. But yeah. But yeah, no. The next is ABC Working Diary. Did either of you watch that? It's a short. It's 3 minutes long. And that's all I can say.
Yeah.
They say that the ABC is supposed to be an unknown creature, but he's just like an otter / axolotl thing.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah. Next we have Hortensia Saga, which definitely picked a fun day to drop, considering how it opens.
That's right. I find out about that until after I finished watching it.
Oh yeah, because that is a show that hits differently in the afternoon compared to the morning. It was like if you want to pick a fun day to premiere your anime that opens with a coup, January 6, 2021 was definitely it. The second episode is dropped, but I didn't watch it. Have you watched it?
No, I wasn't interested enough in the first episode. Like, I managed to, it took me like 2 hours to finish the first episode because I kept getting bored and going to do something else.
Yeah. Like, that was one I
Hooray.
I mean, like, it's good, it's fine, it's just not something I'm interested in seeing anymore of.
Very generic.
Yeah.
The freaking Ma took me to task because of how I reacted to a asshole McBowman using his bow to try and beat people up. Because apparently, historically, that's accurate.
Oh, is it?
But emotionally, it was horrifying.
Yeah.
It was just so, and that's the only part of it I remember clearly, is that I hated Roy and I hated how he used his bow.
And, let's see, next we have Other Side Picnic, which is, like I said, I didn't really pay attention to the first episode, but I watched the second episode and it was delightful.
I went back and I read the first volume of the light novel series after I watched it, and I quickly realized that I was not going to be able to read the rest of them because the main character is just the most obnoxious kind of narrator. Hi, yeah, can you be less loud, please? Oh my god. That isn't what I wanted.
Who's being loud?
Hold on.
Oh, I think we only have one more.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Something launched on my desktop and it's very loud,
Uh-oh.
so I did not hear anything of what was just said.
Okay, well, we're on the last one, which is suppose a kid from the last dungeon boonies moved to a starter town. It's cute. I watched the second episode. It was also cute. I like that the girls have agency, even though their agency kind of revolves around the dude. But then again, everybody's character revolves around this dude right now, so it's fine.
You,
Yeah, as far as the isekai anime, well, it's not an isekai anime, it's a straight up fantasy, but it's got the aesthetics of an isekai. But
as
yes,
far as OP protagonists go,
Yeah.
he's more charming than some.
yes, he's more charming than Baby Gin-san, but Baby Gin-san was funnier because I'm imagining him as being Baby Gin-san.
He's more charming than Anus and a shithead.
Oh, I loved that show though. I mean, it was just so over the top all the time.
You the shithead, man?
I enjoyed it. Ironic.
We're talking on the stream about this. Sorry, Ben just walked into my room.
Oh.
We're going back to the
Yeah, we're on the last one. Too bad you're late now. What did you say?
hold on, I'm just gonna finish this conversation with Ben and then I'll be back, 'cause I don't think she's interested in being on.
Okay. Well, then I'll just sit here and play Yu-Gi-Oh by myself. Unless Charlie's gonna talk.
Sorry about that, Ben wanted to know why we were talking about light novels and her.
Oh, well, because we were talking about the premieres, which she knew we were doing because she was invited to join us, but decided she'd rather read like a nerd.
She's almost done
Oh.
with the actual novel, so hopefully there will actually be something for one of us to look over soon.
Oh, fun. Anyway, that was the last. It was the first impressions. I mean, I guess, were there any other, because there are a lot of sequels this season. You guys watching any of those? I'm watching ReZero and Promised Neverland and both of the cells at work and Slime Time.
No, I'm not watching any of the sequels. The only anime I'm watching right now is the awful one. That takes all of my energy and will to skip through 2 episodes of it.
Yeah, you don't have, like I said, you don't have to do a full review. Like, you can do an essay about just one aspect of it if you want.
But the aspect of pissing me off would require me to seek out more media that praise it in a way that bolsters my point.
I suppose.
Which initial character? Why are you making me do this game? You didn't warn me that Duel Links was going to make me choose a character immediately.
Oh, it doesn't matter. You switch back. You'll get the other one almost immediately afterwards.
Oh, that's right. Reduce your life point. Is that what those life points
I should probably warn you that Duel Links has different rules from the main game, so I don't know if you know how to play either of them.
I know how to play the main game.
Oh, well,
I
yeah.
used to know how to play the main game.
Yeah, it's pretty much
I
this.
assume that's why they're giving me this very useful and fun tutorial.
Yeah.
That's not how that works. Where are my 5 cards? Why is this game only letting me use 1 card a turn?
Because they're teaching you. Eventually, you do get to hold 5 cards.
Okay.
Yeah.
Exact.
Yeah, but you only have 3 slots for monsters and spells and traps, and your deck, it has to be 20 to 30 cards instead of 40 to 60. Because this one kind of focuses more on finishing quickly than on the stuff like the other one. we did all of them, so maybe we'll close up. Let's see. Well, let's look at my itinerary again. I'm sure this is very interesting. Ah, yes, best worst of the week. Noah, what was your favorite premiere this season?
Favorite one of this season?
Yeah.
It was either Escape the Insanity or Other Side Picnic.
Alright. And, Charlie, which one did you think was the worst? Can't hear you.
Can't hear you.
Maybe you should come and just. What was the worst premiere this season?
The worst one for me was X-Arm.
X-Arm? Yeah, that seems about right.
It was Hidden Dungeon just because it's the only one I remember nothing of. I think I'm about to kill Yami-Yugi.
Oh yeah, well it's very early. It's a tutorial. But yeah.
Hey, don't take this from me.
Alright, and that should probably be pretty obvious which ones I think are the best and the worst. The best was the A and the worst was Lamine. The worst in terms of technical quality was X-Arm. It just looked bad. It was just bad to look at. But yeah. So the next article coming up on Friday is going to be a review of a light novel by Fang. That's why she's not here, because she's reading.
We don't know which light novel it is yet. She hasn't revealed that.
No, we don't know. But yeah, you guys have anything you're up to or anything particular you want to talk about? I know that Noah wants to plug The Untamed on Netflix.
Yeah, Noah does want to plug The Untamed on Netflix. It's 50 episodes, hour long, each episode roughly. It's about a dude who gets killed and brought back to life, and it's a very touching and emotional tale about trauma and the debts we owe each other and how society forces us into positions that we often make the bad choices in, or choices that are painted as bad regardless of what they actually were. And also, it's great. It's very gay, which makes sense because it's adopted from an extremely gay web novel that you shouldn't read. Web novel's bad.
Yeah. Well,
But it's great.
while we're plugging Netflix shows, I'll plug Sweet Home, which is based on a webtoon, which is also good, and I also recommend. But I'll probably write an article talking about the differences between the miniseries and the webtoon eventually. So, but it's good. It's a Korean show about it has shades of zombie apocalypse, but the monsters aren't zombies. It's good. I recommend it. I don't want to give too much away because some things about its very premise are spoilery. But yeah. And how about you, Charlie? Got anything you want to plug?
I've been video games recently, so.
Yeah, what video games you been?
Man's Journey is nice.
Oh. I bought Bloodborne to play while I was on my vacation, and then spent my vacation playing The Sims.
Sims is a great game,
Yeah.
provided you put in enough money to get actual useful packs.
Yeah.
What? Okay, yes, please.
And then, so aside from that, are you guys up to anything? You guys have any like social media or activities or anything else you want to promote?
No, I don't do anything on my social media.
Don't you have a Twitch channel that you occasionally stream from?
Sometimes, I'm at Archer Child on Twitch TV. I haven't streamed in a while though because, my setup is non-existent. I'm waiting until I get a microphone and then I'm gonna try, I think, BioWare games again. Because I want to play them, they're good.
I do stream on this channel on Tuesdays. I'll probably Tuesdays mostly. Wednesday we'll be doing this, and then probably after dinner I'll come back and do some more streaming of whatever the hell I feel like it. Thursday, since Thursday I have to switch over to working graveyard, I'll be doing late night locho, which is basically playing locho from whenever I get home from work at about 11:30 midnight to dawn or whenever I just get too tired to stay up. So that'll be fun if you guys want to hang out and watch me do that. And I did make a character just for that. It's a Bay Warning. If you haven't seen a Bay Warning, then that might be interesting. Then and then I also have my Tumblr. I have multiple Tumblrs. There's my gaming Tumblr, which is basically just screenshots of random stuff, which is Viota, spelled the same IHLOTR. And then my main Tumblr is Booty Uprooter, which is 2 words, BOOTY hyphen uprooter, PROTER. And Twitter is also at Booty Uprooter, so that's all one word. But, you can follow me on one of those, and then, yeah, that's about it. Would you, Charlie, up to anything?
Where I occasionally post writing prompts. If anybody wants to check that out, it's easy writing prompts. That's E, the letter C, writing prompts, all the one word.
Alright. Let me see if anything else. And that'll do it. That's it for this week. I'll probably be streaming again later tonight. I'll put a post on my Tumblr, and maybe I'll even remember to post it on my Twitter when I'm about to start. But who knows? So yeah, everybody have a good week. Thank you for joining me, you two.
Thank you for having us.
Oh, no problem. Well, you guys have fun. And I'll catch you all.
Stay safe.
All right.
Love you.
Love you too. Bye.